Hello everyone, and welcome to my Days of Lies official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. So, it's almost official. The last-minute agreement between and the studios never materialized, and actors are likely to strike once they vote on it. Much of Hollywood was already closed down during the writers' strike, but with this additional development, nearly the entire industry will be closed down, as actors will not even be working on series and films that have already been written. There is no news on how long this could persist, but the last actors' strike in 1980 lasted 3 months, and the writers' strike has already lasted 2, with the studios reportedly unwilling to budge. Reality television, quiz shows, and news programs are about to reclaim their dominance over television. While streaming providers are likely to have a backlog of episodes ready to go, if this goes for long enough, very much everything will come to a halt. Everything, except for the daytime. Daytime performers are a part of who will continue to work through the strike, and we already know that they will continue to work through the writers' strike as well. Soap operas will be about the only scripted television shows that will survive this, and that could be a blessing in disguise. Reality television may be popular, but when that's all that's left, people will grow tired of it. It simply does not provide the same level of escape as scripted television. As a result, the networks will almost certainly rely on reruns of their scripted programming to fill their evening schedules. That's all well and good, but why not mix things up a little and rerun the soaps during prime time? That is already daily programming that can deliver new content for new eyes on an ongoing basis. And that last aspect could be a significant advantage for soaps if it attracts a new audience that sticks around when the strikes stop and programming returns to normal. Surely, networks would welcome additional viewers and longer-term profitability for their daytime programs. The one catch, of course, is that Days of Our Lives is no longer on NBC and can only be streamed and viewed at any time on Peacock. However, if the pipeline of new programming from both NBC and Peacock ends up drying up, that may be wonderful for them as well. Soap operas aren't going away, come hell or high water, and even if the networks don't capitalize on this, there may be viewers out there looking for fresh entertainment who decide to check them out for the first time. And, as far as silver linings go, we'll take them. Check out our photo gallery of the greatest soap rivalries to realize how wickedly addictive daytime can be. Steve, dressed in a black suit, informs Kayla of the phone that he'll pick her up for the burial. John appears in a similar attire. Steve inquires as to the status of his grandchild. According to John, Kristen has her. They just don't know where she took her. While John tells Steve about his reoccurring dream about Abe, Steve brings them coffee. On her walk to the church, Marlena comes upon Brady, who is dressed in a black suit and is distributing flyers about a missing Rachel in the square. He believes it is meaningless because they both know where she is. Marlena stops him as he starts to leave towards the Dimmerer mansion. She prefers to speak with Kristen because she is trained in spotting liars and encouraging people to open up to her. Kristen descends the staircase of the Dimmerer home in a form-fitting green gown. She texts Rachel to tell her not to text her pals or open the door for anyone. Lani arrives at the door wearing a black blouse and jeans. Kristen envelops her in her arms. Lani expresses concern for Rachel as they sit in the living room. Kristen portrays an anxious mother. Lani squints, unsure if she's telling the truth. Chanel sits at her apartment with her tearful mother. Chanel appreciates the man Abe was to both of them. After so many years without one, she finally had one. Chanel sobs as they console one another. Paulina requests that Chanel pick up photos from the Johnsons when Theo arrives. As he relaxes on the couch in his plaid robe, Whitley offers Abe breakfast. When she refers to herself as Paulina, he becomes enraged and informs her that she is not his wife. Whitley prepares a syringe to assist in clearing up his perplexity. Abe tries to resist, but Whitley persists. Sitting at Steve's kitchen table, John believes Abe appears to be reaching out for assistance Because the evidence does not add up, they decide to start over. Steve takes out a binder and examines Whitley's statement. According to Kayla, Whitley hasn't missed a day of work in 15 years, save when her husband died. John considers it strange that she became ill and left early on the day Abby vanished. Steve gives Chanel a box of photos when she comes over. The men offer their condolences, prompting Chanel to reflect on how generous everyone has been. Abe's nurse even came by to check on Paulina. Chanel discloses to John and Steve that Whitley was one of Abby's campaign workers and was present at the park when Abe and Paulina married. After Chanel departs, Black Patch concludes that they must investigate Nurse Whitley more. Jerry arrives at Whitley's and becomes concerned about Abe's drowsiness. She shoves him into the corridor, revealing that she drugged him after he saw Jerry on Body and Soul. Jerry believes her insane plan has gotten out of hand. Whitley is adamant that she loves Abe and is the only one who cares for him. Jerry is astounded that Abe's family is in mourning while he is seated right next to them. Whitley claims that it will not be for long. She's leaving Salem, and she's bringing Abe with her. If Jerry leaves, he will receive a large bonus. Lani brings up their time in the convent at the estate, reminding Kristen of the 10th commandment: do not bear false witness against thy neighbor. To put it another way, bitch, don't lie to your best friend. Kristen assures her that Rachel is not present. Lani advises her to find a legal way to spend time with her daughter. Kristen is aware that Lani understands how it feels to be separated from her children. Lani informs Kristen that Brady misses his daughter as well, and when Kristen left, Brady became Rachel's entire universe. She encourages a tearful Kristen to think about it. At home, Paulina tells Theo that she understands how difficult it will be for him to deliver Abby's eulogy. He asks if he can test it out on her. She would enjoy the opportunity to cry it all out before the burial. When he's angry, Theo normally avoids hugging people, yet he requests to hug her. She wraps her arms around him. Theo reads his speech, in which he praises Paulina for how amazing she was, and continues to be for Abe. He concludes, "I'll take care of her, Dad, I swear." Paulina grabs a tissue before wrapping another hug around Theo. Whitley returns to Abe, who is aware that Jerry is not his son. Paulina has to leave for a while, so he turns on his story to keep his Pine View buddies company. She vows that when she returns, they will begin a new life together. "He's not Theo," Abe says groggily. "He isn't my son." Theo, Chanel, Paulina, and Lani assemble outside after the funeral. Whitley was not present, according to Paulina, but Theo claims to have seen Jerry near the rear of the church. Lani resolves to wait until Paulina is ready to depart. She does, however, vow to arrive on time for Rafe to return her to prison. Lani recalls meeting a nervous Jerry when she is alone. She walks away, a look of recognition on her face. Marlena enters through the dimmer secret door, knowing Kristen would not have answered the front door. She inquires as to the whereabouts of her grandchild. If she knew where Rachel was, and Kristen isn't suggesting she does, she'd expect something in exchange. From the hospital, Steve phones John. He simply returned Kayla to work. He'll check to see if Whitley is on duty and speak with her. Whitley approaches, puzzled as to why he wishes to speak with her. He inquires as to what Abe said to her before leaving. Whitley has already given her statement and is rushing. She needs to speak with Kayla about resigning. Steve's eyes narrow as he wonders why. Jerry's character informs Lorna, played by Lauren Koslow, in Body and Soul that he's tired of the charade. He isn't Kyle. Abe, struggling to keep his eyes open, replies, "You're not Theo either." Lorna later opens the door to a drugged Abe dressed in the same plaid robe. The genuine Abe's head bobs as he stares off into the distance. As Lani approaches Jerry's door, he rushes to pack. Kristen makes her requests on Days of Our Lives, and Lani questions Jerry. Days of Our Lives is now only available on Peacock. Subscribe to Peacock to ensure you never miss an episode. Please keep in mind that if you buy something after clicking on a link in this story, we may gain a small commission on the sale. Thanks for watching if you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.